Your news tips are worth money. Call in your tip at 223-6059. We'll pay you cash. This is WROI News.
.1 WROI. It's time to take a look at your local news. News today is brought to you by Wendy's Restaurant, 2340 South Main, Rochester. Wendy's is way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. And by Rochester Greenhouse. Send a fresh-cut flower bouquet today and make someone's day. Currently sitting at 55 degrees here in downtown Rochester. We'll have a look at that full weather forecast a little bit later on in your news. Woodlawn Hospital CEO John Alley was our guest on the WROI Hospital Report. Because of the severity of the flu season, Woodlawn has restricted visitation to those over the age of 18, and Mr. Alley talked to us about that.
You know, what we're looking at right now is just some of the advice that we'd like to get, and this is coming from the CDC, is that everyone over 6 months or older should get a flu shot this season, and it's not too late. If you haven't got a flu shot, you can still get it. We are seeing the peak numbers of flu cases this season. When we're looking where we were at this time last year, we had maybe 20 to 30 cases. You know, we're up over 150 this year.
Alley said that despite what you might have heard about this year's vaccine, you should still get the flu shot.
Unfortunately, the flu vaccine is a best guess. When they put it together, they guess which variant of the flu virus is going to be out there, and they missed it. This year, they said, CDC said about 10% effective. But even though they missed it, if you get the flu shot and then still get the flu, it does reduce the severity of that illness.
He went on to say that the flu remains a very dangerous disease.
Check with your local healthcare provider, your doctor's office. If you haven't had the flu shots, it's not too late to do that. The flu is much more serious than the common cold. It can lead to hospitalization, and there's been quite a few deaths across the country from the flu. And to kind of clarify, a lot of people think when they have the diarrhea and vomiting, that's the flu. That's the good old stomach virus. When we're talking, the real flu, it's the upper respiratory, the cough, achiness, high fever.
Again, that was Woodlawn Hospital's CEO, John Alley. In statewide news, the Indiana House has formed a task force to set permits and develop safety standards for self-driving cars. House Transportation Chairman Ed Soliday says just 8 states have such laws on the books.
A human driver must pass a test and a driving test. And if they violate the law multiple times, we take away the piece of paper. An electronic driver, what we do is if it violates the law multiple times, we can take back the permit. They have a camera and a LiDAR and a radar, but they need to be able to sense lines, stoplights, so forth and so on. So what the bill requires is a study by INDOT, and they've already begun some things to understand what we need to do to be ready.
Soliday also says a task force for representing the BMV, INDOT, state police, local governments, and the Department of Insurance would be in charge of issuing permits for self-driving cars. We were just talking about the fact that Woodlawn has restricted visitation to visitors under the age of 18. They also say anyone who has a respiratory illness or flu-like symptoms should not visit the patients. And if you have a fever or cough, please consider using a mask when you are seeing a doctor or using other services, such as the laboratory or emergency department. They do offer those masks free to all of their patients. They thank you for helping them protect their staff, patients, and the community from the flu this season. We'll be back with a look at your full weather forecast after this.
And now for something deliciously different from Wendy's. Wendy's Double Stack is still an option in the 4 for $4. With a quarter pound of fresh beef, 4 nuggets, fries, and a drink. That's a deal so good it should not exist. Like how owls shouldn't be able to turn their heads all the way around.
Whew, wouldn't like that deal.
The 4 for $4 with your choice of a Double Stack, Junior Bacon Cheeseburger, or Crispy Chicken BLT. A deal so great, it's impossibly good, but not for long.
At participating Wendy's for limited time. Meal includes 4-piece chicken nuggets, small fries, and a drink. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada. Not valid in Alaska and Hawaii.
Fresh flowers can make even the coldest winter day a little warmer and bright. So send flowers from Rochester Greenhouse. They can fix you up with a fresh-cut, lively bouquet. There's lots of pretty containers to choose from, or they'll pick one out for you and deliver it. Right next door, warm up with great women's fashion looks from Brooch Boutique. They specialize in sizes small to plus. Watch for tons of new arrivals every day. Rochester Greenhouse and Brooch Boutique, located on 11th Street, right off Main. 2 great shops offering twice the shopping fun.
Again, we are at 55 degrees under sunny skies here in downtown Rochester. Winnemac is at 54. Logansport is at 54 as well. We're going to stay like this the rest of the afternoon. Tonight we have a slight chance of rain after 10 o'clock and a low around 43. Tomorrow we see a chance of rain in the morning, partly sunny otherwise. We have a high near 49. Tomorrow night it'll be mostly clear and we see a low around 30. On Sunday, it'll be mostly sunny. We have a high near 40 and a low around 23. Monday, mostly cloudy skies, a high near 29 and a low around 15. And then on Tuesday, we see partly sunny skies. We have a high near 30 and a low around 25. Again, 54 in Logansport, 54 in Winnemac, and 55 here in downtown Rochester. And this has been a look at the forecast for Rochester and all of north central Indiana. The news today was brought to you by Wendy's. Wendy's hamburgers are made fresh, never frozen, and now open late. And by Rochester Greenhouse, corner of 11th and Fulton Streets. They are your full-service hometown florist. For WROI News, I'm Paul Zartman.
Do you have the WROI News Tip of the Week? When you see or hear news happening, call 223-6059. If you have the top tip of the week, we'll pay you $10. That's 574-223-6059. 223-6059.